Hello and welcome to today's edition of the Trade Ideas Market Recap. Today is Monday, July the 7th. My name is Barry Enerson. I'm the moderator of the trading room. This is the address to get into the room. Well, of course, we just had coming off a long weekend. No idea what to expect today. You never know how dynamic the market is going to be after, especially after a long weekend and the first long weekend of the summer. So today I only actually traded three stocks. EVRY was the first one, and if you watch the video on Thursday, you know that I traded this one. This was quite a successful trade for us in the room, for those who took it anyway. So this had made it onto my daily watch list. Let me just bring up the daily watch list, and you can see I had it right here. And so this was a stock that, and how I got this, I mean, basically I did a scan Thursday after the market closed, and I came up with this list of stocks that I wanted to follow first thing Monday morning. So I was watching EVRY in the pre-market, and I mentioned in the room that it broke through three, and I thought that was going to be well, obviously it's a fairly significant level to break through. And if we bring up the daily chart, let me just bring the daily chart up. You can see this red candle here because it did have a sell-off on Thursday once it made its high, but the high was here at 349. So I thought that if it could break that high, it might have some room to go. Now, actually, I ended up taking the trade in the pre-market at 337, so I sort of jumped the gun just a little bit. I watch it go up, I watch it pull back, and as I got this tail right here, so it looked like the buyers had taken over again. So I decided to take the trade at 337, and this is the first 5 minute candle. So this gray area here is the pre-market today, and so this area right here is the first 5 minute candle, and you can see that it just accelerated almost up to $4. Really hoping that it would do that, but it didn't. And so on the way back down, I took it out at 384, half of it. And I held on. I was really hoping that, especially on this little pullback here, and you can see we had a spike back up to 374. I was really hoping that it would just continue and break right through $4, but it didn't do that. And so I actually exited the second half just for pennies, 3 cent gain. I exited the second half at 340. The next trade I did was ONE, Higher One Holdings. Now, maybe you're starting to see a little bit of a pattern. Last week, I started trading some of these cheaper stocks. And so today, especially with the market being down, I didn't think that the bounce plays would work that well. Again, with the bounce plays, you definitely need the market to be a little bit on your side. It doesn't have to be roaring up or anything, but certainly don't want to see the market trending down for the bounce plays to work. So I did decide to really concentrate on the lower price ones. And early on, one of the ones that caught my eye was, now where is it here? It was one right here, one. Um, and now the problem with it is that the volume wasn't that great at the beginning. When I got into the trade, I probably saw it right in this level here. I saw this pullback, a little bit of a pullback, and then a breakthrough. And of course, right here it was holding just over the, well, right here it was just under the whole number of 4, and when it broke through, it really got my attention. So I took the trade at 417. Now I have to tell you, it's a little bit late. I mean, I really, if I was going to, I was trying to commit myself a little bit earlier to taking it right here, but the volume wasn't that much and the spread was a little bad, so I was holding off. And so I saw the pullback down here, and then actually I took the trade right here. Sort of gave me a little more confidence that maybe this little selling. These are 5 minute candles, remember? So I thought maybe this selling was over. So I took the trade here at 417, and it turned out to be a really nice trade. I ended up exiting half at 448. Wrote it down a little bit. See this double bottom here at 429. I know a couple in the room had the stock. I think one person, in fact, is going to swing this. And though I'm noticing this action here, he might have changed his mind. But we're hoping that it would break through 450, and it tried. This top here is 451. Top here, I think, is 452, but it just didn't want to keep going. So I actually exited right here at 443 for the second half. So for me, a really nice trade. Again, great percentage gain on inexpensive stocks. So depending what the market is doing tomorrow, I'll probably still concentrate on these stocks that are less than $10 and see what happens. And the last trade is Neo. Now I'm actually still in this one. Again, Neo I think is right here. And you know what? I want to go back to one, okay? And another reason why I took the trade, because look, there are a lot of stocks here, and why did I pick one over any one of these other ones? Well, one of the reasons is when I brought one up, I always take a look at the daily chart just to see what the scoop is on it, and you can see right there. I mean, if this doesn't look like a good daily chart to you, then maybe you have to see some more charts because you can see right here. I mean, you've got this consolidation area right through here, and then today we've got a breakthrough, and now the high right here. Sorry, my mouse is a little wonky. Is 425. So, I suppose I jumped the gun a little bit on this one and getting in at 417. I probably could have waited to 425 because this little spike right there, I think, is at 424. That would have really solidified it. But anyway, when I looked at this daily chart, I thought, well, okay. I mean, look at all the blue sky it's got. I mean, it in theory could run up to 638 if it wants to. So this is definitely a stock I will be watching tomorrow again for continuation. I mean, you can say that well, this is the third day up in a row, but I don't really consider this one. And this one, it's okay, but to me, as long as it stays above 425, then I think it has a good shot to for continuation tomorrow. So that will go on my daily watch list. And again, with Neo, again, I'm still in this trade. Let me get rid of the daily on it. A little bit of a choppy daily. It's not beautiful or anything like that. But when I looked at it, I thought, well, sorry, my mouse is a little bit, it's sticking a bit. When I looked at it, I thought, well, okay, it might have a shot to get up into the 450 level before it runs into any serious resistance. So that's basically why I decided to take the trade. And I took the trade right here at 406. Now, you know, I probably am kicking myself a little bit because I probably should have taken at least half off at this level when it popped up because I took the trade right here on this candle. Okay, I watched all this action and I took the trade on this candle. So right away it popped up and I didn't get rid of any of it, but I still have it. And so basically, it looks like I'm right at my break-even point. So the market still has half an hour to go. So we'll see what happens. Now, the other one I think we all should be watching tomorrow, and it really bugs me that I didn't take this trade today. You can see it's really at the top of the list, and to be honest, I can't really remember why I didn't get into CAMT, CAMTech Incorporated. It was up. I mean, here's where it closed on 321, so it was already up to 350. So it had my attention early, but it's one of those things. For some reason, I just didn't get involved. And I kept seeing here's another pullback, here's a pullback, here's a pullback, and I could have got in here, here, yeah, here. But I could have got in here. I mean, quite frankly, a lot of entries for this one all day long. So hopefully I'm going to be watching this tomorrow. Let's take a look at the daily. I don't. I mean, it's not as much blue sky as some of the other ones, because you could argue that there could be some resistance in this area here at 536 or up here. So if it closes around 5, it may encounter some resistance in this area, but it certainly it will definitely make it onto my daily watch list, and I will be watching it first thing tomorrow morning. I mean, who knows? It may gap up right right through this area here, and then we got a top here of 642, so it still has some ways that it could go. But you look at this beautiful daily candle, and it's basically wiped out all this pain that all everybody had who may have been holding up in this area. It's kind of wiped it all out. But again, if you were buying in this area and you had held through all this, you're probably just salivating to get rid of it if it gets back up here, if you haven't already got rid of it. So that's what I would suggest you do. Watch a CMT, a CAMT, and one, and who knows, maybe even Neo. I mean, Neo could have a bit of a run in it also. So those are the three I'll certainly be watching. And let's see, is there anything else? I don't think so. I think that's it. Yeah. Okay. Well, let me just bring back the cover page again, and here's the address to get into the room, and I hope to see you in the trading room tomorrow.